Hello there. It's that time to work on these fabulous giant paper bags. This is Kathy with Paper Phenomenon. Grab yourself a large paper bag that you get at the supermarket. This one measures, just so you all know what size I'm working here with. It is, I wrote this down somewhere, but I think I'm going to have to measure again. Pardon me. It is 17 by 11 and a little under 11 and 3/4, not quite 11 and 5/8 of an inch. All right. So that's what we're going to be working with. The first thing we're going to do is open the bag. Okay. We're going to open this bag, and I'm pretty far away because this is a big piece. Bear with the noise. We're working with the paper bag, so it's going to be noisy. So you're going to open it up, put your hands in it, split your sides out like that, and you're going to fold on the side creases of the paper bag. It'll all start coming together. You'll see. If you did paper bag mini albums with me, this is what I did. Okay. That's it. That's all you're going to do. We're done. I'm kidding. Now mat this and throw some pictures on it. All right. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. So next, you're going to fold this back. Okay, we're going to cut down the middle. We don't have to be exact, but we're going to do it. 8, it's about 17. Well, no, now it's almost 19 inches. So why don't we go with 8? 8, it's a little under 19, so I'm going to go 8. No, that's not quite. Maybe I'll go shorter on the top. See now, decisions. Okay, we're going to cut at 9. We're going to cut at 9. So you're going to make a little mark at 9 with your pencil. Eight would be too much at the top. Yeah, 9. And then you're going to try to bring that all the way down with your ruler. Well, I can actually do this. Hang on a minute. Let me grab my ruler. And I'll do 9 here. And 9 down here. Right, so I can have a guide. And 9 up here. Okay, and I have a really long ruler, but we're going to use what I know we all have, a regular ruler. All right, so now draw your line down. Whoopsie, whoopsie. And now you're going to cut right on that line. All right. Right here. Doesn't have to be absolutely super neat, but you know, you want to always go for perfection, but don't fret if you're not so straight. Don't fret. Then next, I want you to cut here. Okay, right along this crease here. So you can either use I need to go in just a little bit more. You can either put your cutting board in there. I prefer to use a knife over scissors, to be honest with you guys. I just prefer it. You could put your cutting mat in here. Okay, and your ruler. You gotta be careful because there's a fold in there. I don't want you to cut on that fold. I'm gonna use my scissors, and I'll just try to be as straight as I can. I don't want you to cut on the fold. Okay, so there. I'm not very good with scissors. As you can see, I've gone all over the place. But that's okay. There's always an opportunity for folding, right? Those rough edges. You know, and I cut myself short all the way to the end. Sorry. My bad. My bad. All the way to the end. Okay. So right now, and you're going to cut. So then next, we're going to cut, stop it, right here, okay, to free this. So let's flip it around and cut all the way. Just careful not to cut on those flaps. You'll know exactly what I mean. Don't go past it. Darn it, I got quite sloppy there. You'll know exactly what I mean by the flap right in here, this thing, when you start cutting. Okay, so you're going to fold that up and fold this down for now. Okay, now this side, we're going to make 2 pockets here. All right. This side, we're going to make this our goodness, Kathy, our flaps. Okay, so just about at a little over 1/2 inch, cut that off and cut this off. Okay. Okay, so that goes this way. I don't want to go too far in. Make one a little bit shorter than the other one. So you're going to fold one on the crease. You'll see it naturally folds, right? And then the other one, you're going to fold, you're going to see that there's the flap is already cut there. So you want to line it up with that flap. It's going to be a little hard because there's quite a few layers in here, okay? And you want to use a bone folder if it's getting kind of crazy. All right, then I want you to taper ever so slightly. Taper over here ever so slightly. And now you have actually 2 of them. So you're going to split them right here and split right here, because this is going to give us multiple pockets. Oh, my bad. You need to cut, you need to open this right here too. There I was going to go. I'll use a knife and ruler for that so you guys can see as well. And I am going to have to take out my Big Bama Jamma ruler because I don't want to screw this up. So this is not quite the ruler I wanted to use, but it'll do the job. But before we cut, I want you to cut just a little bit of this off right here. This is what's giving me bulk. And we really don't need this because it's going to be folded in half. So covered in paper, we're going to have multiple layers on here. Okay, so get rid of that. And then I'd like you to remove a sliver. Just a sliver, please. I got to flip it around this way because I'm going to glue that shut later because that, well, let's do it now. If you have a little flap there, I don't know about everyone's bag, but if you do, just seal it. All right. I'm assuming they're all made the same. All right, so from this piece, we're going to cut off a sliver. Same with the other flap, okay? And I'll do this little right here. And I'm cutting off about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, see that? Now you're going to do the same thing to this one right here. Yeah, I'm not going to rip off no more. No more ripping. All right, one more sliver. And I'm saying sliver, but I'm cutting 1/4 of an inch off. Okay. So now we have these two pieces that are they're cascading once we put them together, okay? So now what I like to do is, because I like for everything to be nice and neat, we're going to fold over a little, about 1/4 of an inch, make a crease so we can have a beautifully finished edge on the pocket. Because although we're going to mat, that's still, you know, kind of like a rough edge. Don't love it. And then, so one goes that way and then one goes this way. Ideally, you're going to yeah, I'm going to leave that alone. I could cut a little bit off. Let's just add so much bulk, we don't need it. By the time we're done matting, you're not even going to see any of this. All right, so now this I got to fix right here. Just a little bit of glue so I can do my folding exactly the way I want it. Okay. So about 1/4 of an inch. So you can line it up with this one and just fold and make sure that they're both identical. As best you can, right? It's a little bit of prep work, but it's going to be totally worth it. Okay, so you want those to be even. Nice and even. All right, so now you're going to unfold it. And you're going to see that you got a little box that formed right here at the corner. I want you to taper that and taper that because you do not need that. Now you can do one of two things. You can put glue and seal it, or you can do tape. Okay, I'm going to do glue because it's much faster. Okay, either or will work. Double-sided tape or glue. I have this little split here. I'm also going to seal that. It's really important that your foundation is prepped. If your foundation is not prepped, if you have little pieces sticking up here and there, when you mat, that's still going to stick up because your foundation is not prepped. Okay, so it's very important that your foundation is nice and steady. All right, just like building a house, guys. If the foundation is not good, guess what's going to happen? It's going to come tumbling down. Same thing with one of these projects. Sometimes you'll say, "Oh, I'm going to mat over that." It doesn't matter. It's still not going to work because, oh, my bad. I forgot to cut this corner off. Because there's something that's not right in the foundation. Alrighty. And let me cut this little piece off, which will actually help me because that's being unruly right there. All right, so just make sure everything is nice and glued down or taped down. Either one will work. See this little lift right here? Don't ignore that. Please add glue. Whoopsie. All right. I also recommend that you watch this video first because I change my mind a lot. So don't start cutting because I'm cutting because it'll go very wrong for you. All right. I may not change, but a lot of the times I change. I switch things up. So I don't want you to be annoyed with me because I switched something up. I didn't miter this corner properly, so I need to fix that. So I just cut a little piece off, and guess what? Now I'm going to glue the rest down, and I'll still have my beautifully finished edge. Nobody will know nothing. Alrighty. Okay, so now these are the flaps that are going to make this pocket. Then this flap, you're going to turn it toward the inside, nice and neat. Make sure everything is lined up. Don't assume it's going to line up because this bag is, it's all over the place. Okay, so if you want to, you can paper clip it on this side once you line it up. So then you can mess with this side and you can fold and line it up. If you need to get into, see like right here, I need to just get in there a little bit more, go for it. If you need to cut a little bit more to fold it, to line up, just do it. All right, because these are not perfectly aligned. Okay, so once you have that lined up, you can take a paper clip and paper clip it before we start gluing things down, okay? Then these two flaps are going to stick to this one, and we're going to have a pocket in here. So we're going to have a pocket here, one here, and then another one here, okay? So it's going to be pretty cool. All right, so we're going to do the same thing to this. We are going to fold over about 1/4 inch. Let's cut off all these extra flaps that we do not need. They're just adding bulk. All right, and again, it's just to get rid of this cut edge. It's not very attractive. Okay, and I gotta split that and split that. All right, so this one's going to be much easier because one of the pieces are not attached. So no measurements here, guys, just about 1/4 inch. What's important here is that your two pockets, your two sides line up. That's what's important. Not necessarily the height of the pocket. It's that they line up. Right, so miter and miter. Mitering, you're going to locate the X that's formed by the two score lines, this one here and this one here, and you're going to cut right across that X on the diagonal. Okay, so let's fix our foundation here, right? We're going to set that. We're going to glue a little in there, a little there, a little bit there, a little bit over there. Okay, just to get that going. Okay, now fold it over. Notice I didn't measure with the other one because this is the first fold. So now the other one has to line up with this. Just get a really good stick. Have to let that dry so that my pocket doesn't seal shut. Okay. Now these flaps, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with these flaps because I don't know that I want this pocket resting, there. I'm not quite sure yet. So I'm not going to necessarily cut them off yet because I'm not sure. But I have a feeling, so this one, I have to go really thin on the fold because, yikes. Just to make sure that everything lines up. Okay. Right there. All right, and I'm going to take this video in chapters or in parts because I don't want them to be super long. I want them to be short and easy, and you work, if you're done with one and you want to continue, just play the next video. All right, I don't want it to be an hour long because that's just no fun. That seems very overwhelming. All right, so maybe 10, 20-minute videos. Alrighty, so right here, see how this is sticking up? Please don't leave it like that. Add a little bit more glue, more tape, whatever you have to do to make sure it's completely sealed. Okay, so now we're going to fold this one. Let's miter down here, or taper, excuse me. We're just tapering so that that folds in nicely. And then we're going to taper on the bottom one as well. You might as well taper here because if we keep it, we're going to taper, right? So you might as well taper them both. If we don't keep it, then we just cut them off. Okay? And that's going to get glued. Whoopsie. See what I said? There we go. So I'd like you to just fold those where they should be. Okay? Right over there. Right over there. Paper clip them. Because we're not gluing anything down yet. We're not committing to anything. Okay? I can't, at least. I don't know about you guys. Sometimes I'm working on something and then I'm like, oh no, it'll be better this way. So I can't commit. We must wait until I'm finally sure that that's what we're doing. All right, so we're paper clipped. We know that these are our 2 pockets, right? And I may not use this tab either because maybe I want them to flippity flap like this as opposed to just like this. All right, so we'll see what happens. I'll see you all in the next video.